How's it going, Sha?
We manifesting, baby.
I love it. I love it. What we manifesting?
I don't know. Just pick a thing to manifest. But we're doing it.
I like it. I like it. I like the
Yeah.
spirit.
Okay, good. I thought you would.
Yeah, I'm in
I'm
that
trying
vibe.
it out. I'm trying it out. I'm taking it out for a spin. We out here.
Oh
We
yeah,
sticking aspirational post-it notes on the bulletin board. We're doing it. We're really doing it.
I love it. Oh
Mhm.
yeah. I
Yeah.
I think that's my spirit most morning. I feel like real talk. If Gabby wasn't a light sleeper, I would wake up very loud every day.
How do you wake up loud?
I like. I want like the first thing I want to do most mornings is like let's get there. You know,
Like when as soon as you wake up, that's what you
soon as I
want to
wake
do?
up, that's my urge. I want to be like, yeah, let's
Okay.
get it.
So follow-up question, what are your dreams like?
I don't remember any of them.
You don't remember any of your dreams.
Not a single one. Like I remember like one dream a year for like 10 minutes. And then like it goes away.
What is that like?
Yeah. I close my eyes and I wake up to like a kid like waking me up needing something from the fridge or like,
Uh-huh.
like, oh, nature tells me it's time to go. Like that's it.
Right.
But like, nah, I don't remember that. I haven't done that since like high school.
Really?
Yeah.
I remember a lot of my dreams. The most of my dreams I remember very clearly for the first 30 to 45 minutes of my day. And
Wow.
then they kind of dissipate. But then there are other dreams that stick with me a very long time. And yeah. So whenever someone's like, I don't remember my dreams, I'm like, but what do you think about? Like when you're not thinking about all of the other things that you could be thinking about, are you not just going, man, remember in that dream where I needed to change a tire on Lenox Road or something? Like no one, nothing, huh?
Nah. I
Nothing.
mean, outside of the quarantine, during the quarantine, I was definitely like remembering. So I was remembering so many dreams during the quarantine that I Googled it and then I felt better that like it was a thing. There was like something I read like an essay that like the quarantine is a traumatic experience. So it's
Yeah.
leading to more people remembering dreams. So I was like, okay, all right, so I'm not alone in this like weird thing. But no, I would say from like 18 to like 35, I
Hmm.
might remember like 4 dreams that like I remembered them for more than like 10 minutes. And I still don't remember them in general, like today. I just remember them
That you
a significant
remembered
yeah,
them.
I remembered remembering them for a significant portion of that day.
Wow.
But
That's wild. Okay, so then am I the weirdo that just
no,
remembers dreams, or is all of my life so traumatic that I just remember everything every day?
no, I
I don't
think
need to be shut in the house. I can just no, okay.
yeah, I think people different. Gabby's like that. Gabby remembers her dreams, but I don't do that at all. I feel like
Huh.
I don't know. I feel like I'm I guess because I don't have like I don't think I think it's because I don't have dreams that like are out of my control, and I think that's why it went away.
You
Like
mean
there was like
in
a
your
day, yeah.
mhm.
Like I don't sometime in high school, I remember having a dream. I don't remember what the dream was, but I remember having the feeling of within the dream realizing, oh, this is a dream. Like I control this shit. Like I'm Neo in here. And then like everything got solved within the dream and there was no longer overwhelming feelings. And then
Nah, bro,
after
you
that,
weren't asleep. You weren't asleep.
I
Mm-mm.
was awake for that.
You just haven't been fully asleep.
Maybe, maybe.
Because well, I say that there are moments in dreams where I'm like, oh, this is a dream, but I still let it rock. Like,
Yeah,
you can't really read anything in your dreams. So if you're looking at something written down, in your like you feel like you know what the words are, but if you're really looking at it, it's just gobbledygook. And there are times where in dreams I'm looking for something and I'm reading stuff and it's not saying what I need to say. And then something goes, "This is a dream." And I'm like, "Oh, I'm not going to be able to read this." And then I go on to whatever the next thing is. But I still let the dream go wherever. The only times that I think can rouse myself up is if it's something that's like a scary situation. Like if I don't get out of the dream, I'm going to either be murdered or be witness to a murder.
Yeah, that's wild. So you be seeing murders? Like,
Yeah, but
you see so many murders that you got an action plan?
I
Like,
mean, they're like
yo,
scary movie type things, right? Like
oh my god.
there's something in a dream where I'm watching some movie, and then of course, as we all know, suddenly you're in the movie that you're watching or the TV show that you're watching, and then that takes a turn and that takes a turn, and now you're in the scary movie or whatever. And you're about to, or you're like the movie that you're watching has become real. It's not even like you don't even have the mindset of I'm in this movie that I was just watching. It's like, oh, I'm silently off to the side watching this guy preparing to kill this person. And then I'm like, oh, well, if I'm gonna need to get up. And so I will finally wake myself up, but I'm terrified.
Now, this is a movie that you're watching in real life, you fall asleep to, or a
No, no,
movie you
no. I don't
watching
watch
within the
scary
dream?
movies. It's within the dream.
Okay.
'Cause I don't watch anything. I don't watch scary movies or anything where there's like a serial killer or anything like that, but occasionally one will show up in a dream. Or yeah, yeah, either I'm watching a movie or something like that, or I am in some sort of situation where like now I'm tied up and I'm like, "Okay, well I need to wake up before this dude cuts me."
Yo, that's wild.
No,
And
no
then
one.
so you
And
have that happen and then you just, like, go to work that day?
well usually if that's happening it's not like let's get up and go to work. It's not like the last thing that I dream. It's usually like I wake up and it's the middle of the night. And so I just have to lay there for a minute and hope that I will not jump back in to that
That's
dream. Because, sometimes you'll have a dream and you'll wake up from it and you're like, oh, I got to get back to sleep immediately because I need to get back in that dream. And you can't, it's gone. And then sometimes you do end up falling into some version of what you woke up from. All right, I need to know. Am I talking crazy? Maybe this needs to be our poll question because
I
because
yo,
the look
this
on your face is like I am conjuring up. I mean, I guess I am conjuring up wizards and murderers, but I'm not. I swear.
I believe you, and I
Mhm.
believe there's others like you. I I'm blown away by that. Like, I don't know if I could function like that. I feel like that's a big part of why my energy's like, rah rah. Like I don't have I don't have that in my I don't know. I go to sleep because I need to turn off. I turn the fuck off. I don't remember a goddamn thing at night. No, like it's
Man.
black and it's like short. Like if you ask me if it wasn't for the fact that my body felt better, I would
Mhm.
think that like I closed my eyes for like 5 minutes most nights. And then I
Wow.
just wake up and like, oh, I could tell time has passed because my
Mhm.
body feels better and like the light.
Mm.
But like if
Okay.
my body was like if I felt sore the same way that I felt like at the end of a day of like doing shit, I wouldn't know
Mhm.
the difference. It would just feel like I blinked, like, oh, okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think the most vivid dreams I have are like if I get up in the early, early morning to use the bathroom, or the cat is like, hey, I'm gonna need some food and I'm not gonna let you rest until you give it to me. So, say if I get up at like 5 or something, give her food, go to the bathroom, and go to sleep, knowing that I need to get up in a couple of hours. And I'm like, "Oh, I'll never get to sleep," and then I doze off, and then I am asleep, and those are the most vivid dreams that I've had of the night are between 5 and 7 in the morning, just before I have to get up to start my day.
Oh, that's wild.
Anyway, we manifesting. I guess if you don't have that kind of dream power, it ain't gonna work for you.
That's
But for
it, B.
me, I'm manifesting. That is wild. That
That's why I say
definitely
my
should be
dream
our. We definitely
manifesting.
need to make this our poll. Then, are you a vivid dreamer, or do you just close your eyes and wake up when you're unplugged?
Yo, real talk. I don't know. I gotta ask some complaints. Like to the my
I
my
bet you.
OS system is turning off.
I mean, I bet I don't know if there's even a way to track. I think there are ways at sleep studies, right? They can track
Yeah.
your brain activity while you're sleeping,
Yeah, like
and
I'm
that.
sure I'm dreaming. I'm
Mhm.
just they're not like things I remember the next morning.
Mm.
Like I just wake up, whatever happened, that's when my brain needed to like, declog. Cool, you did your business. I don't remember that nonsense. Let's keep
Wow.
it moving.
That's probably relaxing. That must be
Yeah.
nice.
Like I guess it's like the equivalent of like brushing my teeth.
Mhm.
Like I know I do it, but like I couldn't describe it to you the next day what I did the day before. You know? Like I know I went to the bathrooms. I know it's my routine. I could tell you what I did that one time, maybe like
Mhm.
that morning, if it's like before noon. Like once it's like 5 o'clock, I don't remember how I brushed my teeth that day. I know I did it, but I don't remember the like nuances. It's just it's the thing we do.
So then what is occupying your brain?
Nothing. At night, nothing. Like not a damn thing. That's how I go to sleep.
Nothing.
Why?
You don't go to bed with any thoughts of just like the day of like, "Oh, okay.
No, and then I
Let's
can't go
mull
to
this
sleep.
over."
Like if I have a lot on my mind, I go right. And until I'm blank, I can't sleep.
Mhm.
That's why I was struggling last week with like when my fam wasn't here, because that was stressing me out that like I felt lonely. So like I
Mhm.
needed to work till I was so tired that I wouldn't think about that. Like the
Okay.
last like hour of my day, I'm trying to do the least thinking so that I could not think and then instantly go to sleep when I go to bed.
Sure, sure.
Yeah. Like when I
I
lay
get
down,
that.
yeah, like
Mhm.
I lay down, I say goodnight to Gabby, and like you got maybe 30 seconds to talk to me. Like if you got some last minute shit you remembered, you better get to it. Cause I'm gone. I'm gone.
Yeah, I mean, I just to be clear, I don't try to ramp up thoughts so that I have wild dreams. I too am trying to clear my brain so that I can go to sleep, right?
Okay.
Or if I have trouble with that, I do the thing because I know dreams are a big part of whatever is happening to my brain while I'm sleeping. I try to think about what I want to dream about, right? So I try
Okay.
to come up with some sort of scenario, and then I just try to come up with people, act it out in my head, and then just even trying to get through that process will get me to sleep. Now,
Hmm.
do I dream about those things that I try to come up with as I'm trying to get to sleep? Not usually. Or at least whatever part of the dream that I remember, it doesn't stick.
Okay.
Um, but other things will come out, as your brain is trying to clean up. It's basically just your brain trying to clean out whatever's stuck in your little cracks and crevices, right?
Right.
Just like, yeah. So, but I guess mine's just jam packed with stuff. Maybe I'm just just a hoarder up there. My gray matter
You trying to
has
remember
gray
too much,
matter.
Sha. Okay.
Yeah. Well, if I don't, who will?
I know Gabby over the years just told me I talk in my sleep sometimes.
Oh,
So I know I
okay.
I, I am like active. Like I'll have like full on convos with her.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll have conversations by myself with people that aren't there, she says.
Right.
And then and also if I'm like having a really stressful time at work, it comes out.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Okay.
at UPS when I first got promoted and we got to our first like peak season, like Christmas time,
Mm-hmm.
I kept like I kept drowning in boxes, she said. Like I was
Mm.
like sending out boxes, and I did the same thing at Frito. I was like talking about like pallets of dip in my dream.
Wow. That's
So
funny. I still have dreams of um trying to put up all the new release movies while we kept getting more new release movies and me having to put them up and organize them at the porn store. And I that was 22, 23 years ago that I worked
yo,
there.
that shit gets
And I still
ingrained.
have yeah, I still have so, some of that shit will stick, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's wild that that's the job that stuck. I've had plenty of jobs, retail jobs, where I've had to really move and hustle and stuff. I mean, I worked at the Gap, you know? I should have dreams about folding jeans nonstop, but I don't. It's putting up movies.
Huh.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. To this day, I will occasionally, like, just wake up and go, "What was I doing there?"
Wow. Go figure.
Yeah.
Now I'm wondering if something's wrong with me, Sha. I don't know.
No, no, now, I mean, I who knows? Like you said, everyone's different. I may just be too in tune with it because I think people visit me through my dreams as well. Definitely my parents.
Okay.
Their spirits come to me in dreams, for sure. But sometimes just like people I haven't seen in a long people maybe I've fallen out with or things like that, I would see them, they'd show up in a dream. Um, and it's still awkward or there's still something, you know what I mean? Like just stuff. It's a lot of there's just a lot of debris up there in my brain. And we're just trying to work it out as best we can. And dreams seem to be the way to do it. And, who knows?
Yeah, I see. I get that during the day. Like if I
Mm,
have like a traumatic thing I'm working through, like I have like moments where like that like is all I could think about.
right.
But yeah, and like go at nighttime. It's time to sleep. I got
Yeah. Well,
I
that's
gotta.
probably it. I don't if anyone asks me anything, during the day, I'm just like, "I'm good," because I've pushed everything down. And so then it all comes up, I guess, in a dream where it's like, "You're not good at all, are you?" And I'm like, "Nope, I sure I'm not. I'm not good at all."
I'm starting to wonder now that you say it like that.
Mhm.
I have I have an advantage as a New Yorker that I don't think most New Yorkers have because I drive. So
Okay.
like when I have a traumatic thing, like I'll talk it out like out loud and like I'll cry in the car, fully get over it and continue with my day
Mhm.
because I let it out.
Mhm.
Whereas like in New York, like we in front of people even when we commuting. So like you don't have like most of us got like roommates. We live with people. Like there's literally if you're a New Yorker, there's never a time when you could like process thought alone.
Right.
So that's why
Well,
like you might dream
that
vivid. Like I had the
no,
car event.
well, no, because I've always been this way, and I have spent more time driving than I have being cooped up in this city.
Okay.
Like, I've been here, 9 years, but in anywhere else in the country where there are roads and there's no subway like here, you gots to have a car. So, I know all about that crying while driving. Look, I've caught the Holy Ghost in a Publix parking lot many a time. Often, and that's what you do, that's what the rest of America is doing to deal with emotions and to listen to music the correct way.
Amen.
Um, and once I was back here, like, maybe my 2nd year back, I was like, "I know what's wrong with the city. Everybody needs a chance to be in a car by themselves, to listen to shit and yell, and then
Yeah.
come back into the city." That's why you have to leave New York at least 4 times a year in order to get somewhere. And like I'm like, that's what it is. Like if y'all were able to do that, it might be fine. Now I'm not above crying on the subway. I've done it. I've made many people uncomfortable crying before. Everyone's done it. Every train that's running in the city, I fully believe there is at least one person on every train running that's crying. And not like in a nutty way or anything. I mean, like, there is someone who is struggling and just needs to cry,
Yo,
and it's happening right now as we speak. It's happening overnight, every morning, every afternoon, every evening. Like, it's every time. There is on every train, there is at least one person crying.
Wow. Yo, this is a bleak start, yo.
Is it? I thought the other episodes were bleak. I'm feeling good about talking about my dreams and crying on a train. Am I? Is that just me? That's just me. Okay.
I don't think I've cried on a train. I've definitely yelled like loud, but this was during the in between car era. Like as a courtesy, I'd go between carts.
Sure. Right.
So I would go between the cars and I would wait till we was in motion so I
Mm-hmm.
could yell into the tunnel during the movement and nobody would really hear it, but I know I got it
Right.
out. And I think like everybody knew what I was doing because I'm sure other people used it for that too,
Right. And
you know?
also, everyone heard you.
Probably.
Yeah.
Like, oh, he needed that, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. They heard you. They heard you.
Oh man. But it felt great.
Uh huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
See,
can't
I'm
go
not.
between carts anymore, right?
I don't know. I was on a train that was stuck on the Williamsburg Bridge because there was no power. The Delancey Essex stop lost power, and we were trying to get in there, and so it was just a J train in the middle of the Williamsburg Bridge, and there was a guy who already was in the middle of the cars, just like I don't know what he was doing, but he ended up like playing music, and I think he was coughing. Maybe he was smoking, but he was definitely coughing in a way where I was like, "Yeah, bruh, stay out there. Don't come back in this car with that bullshit." If that's where you want to be over the water and a highway, fucking do it. But just hold on and don't make us any later. And but we definitely heard him for sure.
Well, I was trying,
Hmm.
but
No, I mean, I we understood that, like, yeah, do it out there. I understand it.
yeah, it felt right.
Okay,
Manifesting, baby.
yeah, we're manifesting. We're manifesting. Um, yeah, so that's what our poll, Gastor, you got to put this up. Our poll
Okay.
will be: do you dream? And your selections will be yes, I'm normal, or no, I'm a weirdo, or manifesting baby. Those are your choices.
Done deal.
Those are your poll choices.
I'm on board with it. I love it. I'm gonna be I'm weird, but I'm gonna manifest baby going forward.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what I'm doing. I'm manifesting being a manifesting baby.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where I'm at right now. Let's do that. Hell yeah. Let's get into the news, shot.
All right.
Manifest this episode. This is actually your article. Want to kick it off?
Oh yeah. Okay. Let me get started because I'm about to get worked up probably. Um, I'm always getting worked up. The title of this piece is Georgia's gun laws are forcing Atlanta's Midtown Music Festival to cancel this year. The annual event takes place in Piedmont Park, a public space where guns are permitted, and a short term tenant of that property cannot enforce its own ban. Let's see. Georgia gun laws are to blame for the cancellation of the 2022 Music Midtown Festival in Atlanta, Georgia. Oh wait, Rolling Stone's trying to be weird with me. But so I'll just kind of sum it up because I've been reading about it for like 2 days. Uh oh, basically because of Georgia's gun laws, which say that you can carry damn near anywhere you want because they just updated them. You can conceal and carry a gun inside parks and bars and restaurants and businesses like that. And the new update to that law has made it hard for any private entity to enforce that if they're doing something on in a public space. So Music Midtown is a big festival that's been going on off and on in Atlanta for quite some time. It's happening at Piedmont Park, which is our big park in the middle of the city.
Yeah.
And they are but it's a private event. Like, it's not brought to you by the parks department. It's brought to you by this company. Like, Live Nation is behind it now. I guess they got Live Nation behind it. But before, it was a smaller ticketing and events company based in Atlanta. Um, and because it's happening in a public park, even though it's a private event, the
Right.
laws are such that the private company cannot enforce their own ban on guns because it's happening in a public place. So rather than let people go ahead and carry guns into their event, they canceled the event. So I don't know.
No.
I guess play stupid games, win stupid prizes. I don't know. That's just wild to me that they let it get that far. Also, Georgia, why y'all letting, I mean, I understand you're the South and everything, but who needs a gun in the park? Who needs a gun in the park?
They,
What are
they
you killing at the park?
for real.
What's
What do you,
happening at the park?
they're showing a picture here in the Rolling Stones article of the 2019 performance, and it's Billie Eilish like crushing in front of like a huge crowd.
Mhm.
Who
Yeah,
needs
it's
guns at a Billie Eilish concert?
okay. All right. So I've now opened up the piece in another way so that I can read it. Okay. Though Live Nation did not officially give a reason for the cancellation, sources who worked with the festival confirmed to Rolling Stone that Georgia's gun laws were to blame. Since 2011, Music Midtown has taken place in Piedmont Park in Atlanta, and parks are among the various public spaces in Georgia where guns are allowed to be carried. The festival, as a temporary user of the park, does not have the standing to supersede that law and enforce its own ban. Um, let's see. According what? Oh yeah. According to Atlanta news outlet Supporta Report, Music Midtown's gun ban was informally challenged in May by Phillips Evans, a gun rights uh, advocate in the state. The month before, Evans had actually lost a court case against the Atlanta Botanical Garden over its right to ban guns from the property, with the Georgia Supreme Court ruling that the garden's ban was valid since it leased its property long term from the city of Atlanta. But because that ruling didn't speak on short term tenants of public property, such as Music Midtown, Evans argued that he would likely prevail in a similar case against the festival. Though he never brought the lawsuit, he demanded that Music Midtown lift its firearms ban, and he was also reportedly sending written complaints about it to Live Nation and the festival's security company as recently as last month. So this little squeaky wheel was tried to sue the Atlanta Botanical Gardens, which are right next to Piedmont Park, but couldn't win because Gardens has a long-term lease with the city. So they're like, you can't. They're private, but they're there for a long time. So he's like, well, what about these short-term people? These little people who have a little private thing, just an event on public space. I bet I could win that. Let me go ahead and just start writing letters. And I guess Live Nation's like, I don't have time to deal with this shit. And I don't understand, like, especially in Atlanta, since it's trying to be all big time and shit. Like, this has been going, this festival's been
Yeah.
going on for a while, but Atlanta's been acting brand new for a minute, ever since they started making Marvel movies and before. But ever since they started making Marvel movies in the fucking suburbs, they're like, oh, we Yollywood.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
No, fuck that. Because you forget that there's the rest of the state and they're going to do stupid shit and they're going to fuck that up for everybody. So now they're just like, they lost a huge like revenue source. So many people come out to that festival, and then it's a nice, one of the nicest walkable areas in the city. So all of these things that they've built up around Piedmont Park people who come out to it could then walk to it because they're working so hard to get people to walk because, like I said, everybody needs a car out there. And so they're trying to get folks to walk. And now you fucked all that up, Georgia. You fucking it up for folks in Atlanta trying to live and see Billie Eilish.
They give no fucks.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So I'm just like, that's so dumb. That's so dumb. And I guess you think that people are just going to play ball with you because you're the state of Georgia when everyone could just be like, nah, fuck y'all. We just won't
Basically.
do it. We just won't do it. And now you're out all of this money.
Yeah, I don't think Atlanta realizes this in Georgia sometimes.
No, it
Like,
does. Like the last few times I've been there, I've seen a little more red showing
okay.
in the blueness. Like it is a bit more purple than it has been. And that's notable because there was always the red, like the whole state, sure, it was always there. And Atlanta was the dot of blue. But the red that was in Atlanta at least had the decency to try and stay hidden a little bit. But
It's their
now,
time.
but since the time of Trump, then they became vocal and it's a little bit more of a struggle
Yeah.
now. And but I mean the state really is purple. Like it's not like red or blue. Like it really is much more of a mix than uh how it's been represented. But you know, now don't get me talking about voting shit. But yes, right? So that's what that is. But we still have this legislature and they're still fucking I'm still bugging on like being able to take a gun to a park or a restaurant or a bar.
Who's fighting for these things?
I don't who needs to do that?
Yeah,
I
like
feel like let that maybe if you live in a spot in Georgia where it is necessary for you to take a gun to a bar, I don't know, maybe you just need to deal with that with your city. Like I don't know
yeah.
if the whole state needs to suffer. I don't think that's a thing I should have to worry about. I mean, I don't I just say maybe don't do that. Like let's like not do that. And
At
I feel like
all.
we were getting along fine when that was the case. But now now you guys don't I guess get to see whoever it was you were wanting to see. I don't even know who was booked this year.
I know
But it's also kind of a shame because at least Music Midtown acknowledged that rap was a thing.
yeah. That's
There's
the only
another
people I knew. They had
festival.
Denzel Curry and 2 Chainz.
Yeah. There's a there was gonna be a two Chains was gonna play. See,
Yeah.
y'all done fucked up. But because Atlanta loves themselves some 2 Chains. And 2 Chains loves himself some Atlanta. That's
Yeah.
ridiculous. But there's another festival called the Shaky Knees Festival, which I have friends that go to every year. And
Yeah,
there
that's a
is
fire name.
usually every year there is at least one act, maybe not the headliner, but there's one act where I'm like, oh yeah, sure, I'd like to see them. But for the most part, it's probably one of the whiter booked festivals. Like well, it's a little pale. It's a little pale. And I'm always like, yo, how are they putting this on in Atlanta? But that's the whole thing is where it was born from is not necessarily a place that's like how the festival I think started was not necessarily a genre of music where there were a lot of black people and it just kind of ended up that way.
Right.
And so I've not been to one of those, but I'm always just like, man, that is just I'm kind of at a point now where I need there to be like a few other black people and not just the one other black person who I actually know, which is what my youth in Atlanta was for a lot of it going to shows. Granted, those shows were, yeah, sure. But like I need a little bit more now. And Shaky Knees, I'm just like, nah, it's not really doing it for me. Like I feel uncomfortable reading this lineup of people. Even with liking a few of the people on here, I feel uncomfortable reading this lineup. And don't get me wrong, I mean, I'll still be the only black person at a concert. I went to a concert last week. I went to see Andrew Bird, and I'll be damned if I wasn't the only black person there who wasn't working security.
Oh man.
Which
I
I left that show early because it was outside and it started raining, and white folks get a little crazy at concerts, outdoor concerts when it's raining.
oh yeah.
Yeah, they like having fun and sliding around and shit. And I'm like, I just did my hair. I'm mad.
I don't know why, but I would love to see the Venn diagram of black people that go to shaky knees
Uh-huh.
and people who dream and remember.
You just trying to put me in the middle of a and I still hadn't even been to Shaky Knee, so I don't even know if it'll be me. I bet there'll probably be two girls. There'll probably be two girls.
You might
There's
be like your
certainly
soulmate or some shit. So I like
no, it'll be two other girls like me, and we will all have weird glasses
y'all could
and be
share like
wearing thrift
Warby.
store dresses, and we'll just be like, well, I mean, I guess it's us. Y'all want to go get some tacos or something? Like, if that's what it'll be.
Oh man.
Anyway, in closing, Georgia, stop this. Act right. It's so
Seriously.
annoying.
It's not that hard.
It's so backwards. It's so backwards.
Yo, I need my gun at the restaurant, B.
If y'all can't be nice, then you don't get any toys. It's how it feels.
More
Music
ATL.
Midtown Festival said, I will turn this show around right now, young man.
Yo, no problem.
And they
Too.
did it. And they did it. They
I
went
was just
home.
looking at Atlanta Zillow listings too, man. Don't do this to me. Okay.
What?
Like I was trying to keep a list of places that I might move to, and Atlanta was on my list.
Oh, were you finding something on Atlanta Zillow? If so, I need to see it because.
Well, I mean, it's substantially less than New York, and it still has industry.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
expensive, but it's less than here, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true.
And it's not, it's less than LA too.
Yeah, they trying. They try. Like I said, Atlanta's trying to act brand new. Now,
Yeah,
Atlanta, city of Atlanta, if you're listening to this, look, I still love you, girl. I just need you to tighten up. Like,
real talk, B.
like if we're gonna spread this wealth, let's spread it evenly.
I'm coming
Let's
out
do
there.
that. Yeah. But I still love you. I'm trying to come back in the fall to do my show. Like, we still good,
This is only
but
coming from love.
it's only coming from love. I
You
would
know?
not be this exasperated if it
Yeah,
was Omaha.
exactly. This would have been a 2-minute segment.
Yep,
Shot have been like, that's
I would have
cool.
been like, "Well, I guess that's how that goes." But
That's
come on.
I mean, it's from the heart, okay? Get your act
Yep,
together. Cause we
come
care.
on. Get your act together because we care.
I'm trying to bring Dominicans out there, okay?
Oh wow. All right.
We're gonna roll deep. It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, I wonder how that will go. But I mean, they got salons. They're out there.
Gang
My
gang.
sister used to go to a salon to get her hair done. So yeah,
There we go. I
yeah,
want to
they're
do
out
that
there.
whole like real talk. I want to go to those like the black hair festivals in Atlanta that they have where like
Oh yes, right.
yo,
Hmm.
I seen I seen like documentaries on it. It's just phenomenal. Where they like
Yeah,
they do like dances while doing the hair.
yeah, it's big business. It's wild.
Oh
Those
yeah.
those conventions are wild.
ATL's dope. You got you know what I mean? Just fix this gun thing.
Yeah, fix this gun thing.
I ain't asking for much. Give me a fair shot at the vote. Fix the gun
Yeah,
thing. We good.
fix the gun thing. Those are just the bigger ones right now, and then we'll get to some of the other things
Yeah,
that
we can work out on the rest from there.
maybe we could fix. Maybe we could fix.
In other news, fifth person is likely cured of HIV, Sha. And
Ah,
another is in a long-term remission. That's right. Two new cases presented on Wednesday at the International AIDS Conference in Montreal have advanced the field of HIV cure science, demonstrating yet again that ridding the body of all copies of viable virus is indeed possible, and
hmm.
that prompting lasting viral remission also might be attainable. In one case, scientists reported that a 66-year-old man with HIV has been possibly cured of the virus through stem cell transplant to treat blood cancer. The approach, which has demonstrated success or apparent success in 4 other cases, uses stem cells from a donor with a specific rare genetic abnormality that gives rise to immune cells naturally resistant to the virus. In another case, Spanish researchers determined that a woman who received an immune boosting regimen in 2006 is in a state of what they characterize as viral remission, meaning that she still harbors viable HIV, but her immune system has controlled the virus replication for over 15 years. Experts stress, however, that this is not ethical to attempt to cure HIV through stem cell transplant, a highly toxic and potentially fatal treatment in anyone who is not already facing a potentially fatal blood cancer or other health conditions that would make them a candidate for such a treatment. So yeah, uh, looks like this is
Hmm.
overall good news because we're moving towards this.
Right.
Like we're figuring out things that work in terms of coming up with cures for HIV. Now we just need to find ways that don't require it being only implemented in such an extreme scenario. That's the kind. I,
Hmm.
I think that's my read on this, right?
Yeah, it sounds good.
Yeah,
I mean, all I can say is I'm like, well, this all sounds good.
yeah. I love that.
I mean, these are all positives. I feel positive about
Yeah,
this.
we manifesting
So
cures, baby.
I'm telling you, like, keep lighting them candles, everybody. It works if you work it.
You thought everything we brought up was a problem. No, sometimes we
No.
just report on solutions.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Hell yeah, baby.
Well, this is nice.
Yeah, I was legit excited. I thought this was cool news. It's something that uh I don't know, like when HIV first rolled out, you know what I mean, in the streets when they when they hired like a publicist and was doing like his big
Right.
rah
Yeah.
rah push.
Yeah. Right.
I was young, but like I feel like I've had this like traumatic memory of it like rolling out, and like even though it's not nearly talked about as much over the last like decade, it's always like lingering. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
just happy to hear like we're at a place where it's being controlled, and hopefully a solution's coming soon. It's exciting. You know what I mean? Progress, baby.
I'm just happy that people were still working on it and didn't just give up on it and just go, well, that's just a part of how we live now.
Word.
I'm glad that there were people who are still trying to figure it out and deal with it and get rid of it. Like, what are the best ways and doing the experimenting necessary. I'm glad for scientists who have tunnel vision. I'm 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 happy for scientists with tunnel vision when it comes
Amen.
to something like this.
Keep doing what
So,
you're doing. Even when it ain't hot on the streets, you're still working on it.
yeah, still working on it. It's not yeah, because even though it is not hot on the streets, it is something that when people hear HIV, because I feel there's still a large segment of the population that gets tight when they hear it,
Yeah.
where they're just like, ugh. It like and so it's still out there, and yeah, like people have learned to live with it for years and years, but it's also nice to know that there are scientists who are trying to figure out how to make that time shorter or not at all, or like what can be done. So I
Amen.
don't know. That's great. Good news.
I love it. Bang. In other news,
Mm-hmm.
Hershey's says reports of its Halloween candy shortage have been greatly exaggerated. That's right.
What?
Yeah, on Thursday, Reuters reported that the candy conglomerate Hershey's said it would fall short of Halloween and holiday season candy supplies this year. There was real problems out there shining the streets. But many other outlets reported on the shortage, but the news also sent a particularly prescient shockwave through the sweet tooth community, with many lamenting the supposed shortage on social media.
I'm sorry. Hold on. The sweet tooth community.
They roll deep, shot. They
So
out
that's
there.
just people who like sugar.
That's it. That's I think everybody is my
Yeah. Like my diet is 74% sugar. I didn't know Hershey was running low.
No? Yo, I got mad DMs about this.
Well, yours is your community is not just The sweet tooth. It's the sweet tooth with consequences
They're like, yo, here,
community.
just so you know, you couldn't have it. Well, they don't got it no more. You know.
Right.
But yeah, no. Apparently, we will have even more seasonal product available to the consumers this year than last year, said Hershey spokesperson. With that noted, we made the decision in the spring when we start making Halloween products to focus on everyday products to improve on shelf availability. So for lovers of Jolly Ranchers, Hershey's Kisses, and Reese's, sugary sweet supplies are seemingly safe for now.
Okay. I think we're gonna be fine.
Yeah.
um all right. I'm looking ahead. There's something that the spokesperson said. Let's see. As in years past, our everyday snack size assortment can be applied to seasonal displays if consumers just can't get enough of our Halloween and holiday products. Moving forward with higher inventory levels and more capacity, we believe we'll be well positioned to deliver for the consumer, whether they're reaching for everyday or seasonal product. Okay, so they're like, hey man, it don't have to be wrapped in orange. Just grab one of the other ones that sit there all year round.
Basically,
That's basically what they're saying.
that's it.
They're
That
like, don't, yeah, which is kind of funny in that people are like, oh, I have to wait for them to put out Halloween candy. And I'm like, really? Because they do 8 packs of Reese's peanut butter cups like all the time. I eat them.
all
I
year.
eat them a lot all year round.
Real talk. It's
That
one.
tells me you're not in the game. That's what
Nah,
that tells me. That tells me you're not an actual sweet tooth
that's it.
aficionado.
You a sweet tooth casual, okay?
Yeah,
You
you're
a
not in this to
casual.
win.
You ain't in it. You know what I mean?
Mm-mm.
Me, Gabby, one of her secrets to why I realize people love coming to our house. She has
Mm-hmm.
like little glass jars filled with like all of these things. So like there's like
Oh,
a glass jar on one counter with Kind bars in like bite-sized form. There's another
uh-huh.
with a mixture of like Reese's peanut butter cups in regular size individual packs, the mini
Mm.
bite-sized packs, and then mini packs of their like Reese's Pieces things. And then we
Wow.
got like a Milky Way one, and then we got a almond joy one, and
Uh-huh.
then a Baby Ruth Snickers one, and they're like all over the apartment.
Huh, and you
Yeah,
got diabetes, huh?
crazy, right? You know what I
That
mean?
is wild.
But like, yo, it's dope. Like when people come over, they like sit down and have like a snack, and they're like jolly, and they don't know why. I'm like, yeah, you want a sugar high. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's freaking ill. But yeah.
When I, in the house that I lived in before I moved to New York, I did have a candy dish full of butterscotch. I was just like, "Let's just lean into this old lady thing. Let's just fucking you live alone, you got this dog, you're in this house, you get a young man to come and cut your grass. Let's just have a candy bowl full of butterscotch." Who likes butterscotch? I do. I love
I was gonna
butterscotch.
say, yeah, butterscotch is dope.
But, I also had a backup one of, like, spearmint can not peppermint, but spearmint because 'cause I'm a little different. I'm not like your regular grandma, you know? Anyone can have peppermint, but I have spearmint. It doesn't matter. I rarely had anyone over at the house. Like, I don't know why.
I gotta say,
It's just
shot.
my sister coming over and going, "Why do you have butterscotch here?" while she's eating them? I don't know, you tell me.
I was about to say, you just manifested butterscotch in my apartment next. That's what
Oh,
happened.
good,
Hell
good,
yeah.
good, good.
It's
Don't
been missing.
Also, don't count out spearmint, y'all. That's a good mint.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
You know, butterscotch is one of the few things I've seen where, like, while the ice cream is good, it's one of the few that's a step down from the candy. The candy, I
Oh,
think, is
yeah.
phenomenal.
The
And
candy is great. Butterscotch ice cream's a little hard to do.
yeah,
A butterscotch pudding, though, that
yeah,
hits the spot as much as a pudding can hit spots, you know? To me, the default pudding flavor is butterscotch.
okay. I don't know
I
why.
think that's probably the only if you go into any grocery store and you're like, "Bring me all your butterscotch," all they could bring you is pudding. That's the only thing that's really made in that flavor on the regular. But or maybe like a butterscotch topping for ice cream.
Yeah, I just like with the way you said it, I just pictured my homie, my boy Mike, just being like, yo, that butterscotch pudding, that shit smack, B. That's yo, that shit go hard, you know what
It does.
I mean?
It really does.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I love the idea of pudding being described that way. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Shouts
it's
to
good.
butterscotch.
Yeah.
Shot's not usually on board with what I shot out, but she is today, damn
I love butterscotch and I just want to get the word out. So,
it. Oh man. Another news. Where we at here? Hong Kong authorities investigating after a giant LED screen falls on a concert stage. That's right.
ooh, yuck.
Hong Kong officials said Friday they would open an investigation into a concert accident in which a giant video screen fell down onto the stage and injured two dancers. Video clips from the Canapop group Mirror concert Thursday night show a massive LED screen suspended above the stage, crashing down, directly landing on one dancer before toppling over onto another as audience members scream in horror. The injured performers were both sent to the hospital, with one dancer reported to be in serious condition. Hong Kong leader John Lee said Friday that authorities will comprehensively investigate the incident and review safety requirements for future performances, according to the government. He also said the government would help family members of one of the injured dancers be able to travel from Canada to Hong Kong to see him. Concert organizers Makerville said in a statement that it was deeply saddened over the injuries of two performers and that it would work with authorities in the probe.
Wow, that's scary.
Yo,
There's some look, man. I watching those shows that are like spectacles, I'm
mhm.
always just very nervous,
Yeah,
you know? I just watched there's a documentary on Netflix. Apparently it came out in 2017, but I didn't know at the time, but it's basically when Diddy did the Bad Boy reunion shows,
okay.
where everyone from Bad Boy Records like got together on one stage and performed. And he did a documentary about putting it together for Barclay in
Oh
Brooklyn,
yeah, I think I
for
saw some
Barclay
of this.
Center.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I guess they did 2 nights and they had like a whole to practice. There's a place out in like the farmlands of New Jersey, um, where there's a huge spot where you can do a whole build of a stage.
Okay.
Just this huge like studio space where you can do that. So they're out there and they're practicing and they got the things that come up and down and who's being dropped in and who's hopping up from here and what's moving so it looks like they're dancing in place and all this other kind of all the mechanics and the lighting and all that kind of shit, all those rigs.
Right.
And then they take all that down and then bring it over to Jay-Z Center and set it all up. And it's their first night and Diddy's just like, yeah, okay, let's get this. Amen. All praises be, all that shit. And then there's a quick cut to them cleaning up like confetti in the audience.
Okay.
And then they cut to Diddy and he's like, yeah, it was a disaster. And they show all the things that went wrong. Look here, man, we almost lost like Lil Kim to a riser coming up through a hole in the stage. Like we almost lost a lot of Bad Boy to shit going horribly wrong with the staging and everything. And I was just like, that is terrifying.
Yo, and at Barclays, like
At bar, yeah.
you don't assume those kind of things can happen at these places, but nah, you
Yeah.
got regular
Like
people.
you forget that it's just like cables.
Yo, straight
You know what I
up.
mean? Like that's what's holding up like not just like the monitors, but also like whatever,
You
lighting
standing on
rigs.
stuff. Yeah, like
Yeah,
all of that.
you're flying people or like they get on a platform and they strap in and now they're flying over the crowd. And I'm just like, golly.
Nah, B.
Like that's wild.
Listen, I've been at a lot of construction sites with my dad over the years. And
Mhm.
when my dad ain't around and I was like the young kid and they think they can get away with shit, like I've
Mhm.
heard way too many workers say the phrase, man, that's good enough. You know what I
Ooh.
mean? And that scares the hell out of me now when I think about
Mm-mm.
like, yo, there's people like that everywhere. You know, like,
Mhm.
yeah, I don't want the yo, that's good enough dude handling my cabling while I'm supposed to be swinging through the sky. You know,
Yeah.
that's just scary. That's why I like stand up. It's just me. You can't kill me. You just got to plug in the mic.
Yeah,
That's
right,
it.
exactly.
You know, if I
W
fall, I did something wrong. You know,
Yeah.
it's pretty
If
much
I say if I say, "Well, that's good enough," I'm usually cooking, and I
yeah.
was usually wrong. It
Yo,
was not good enough.
it did need more salt. It,
It did, yeah, I definitely
but not. And I was watching that documentary too. I was worried the whole time because everyone is old now, and Diddy still got
Yeah,
them
so we
dudes
not like
doing yo
yeah, he
all
got
the
him
wild
out
shit.
here. I
Yo,
like, "All right, we're gonna have you're gonna dance up, and then, we're just gonna pop up, and then Jada's gonna" and I'm like, "Yo,
for real.
hey,
I'm like, like,
hey."
yo, he had Twista doing Twista verses. I mean, Twista is 65 years old. Like his lungs don't work like that no more, my G. You gotta slow the tempo
Right,
down. You want him doing these speed raps to this day? Like when they show him do it now, like he's sitting down in all the videos. Like he
right,
he, he
yes,
can't
he
breathe
ain't
like that no
standing, he
more.
ain't
Yeah.
dancing,
And you
yeah, he's sitting down, there's oxygen right behind him, like,
yeah. And I'm
it's a
impressed he
whole
still does it
hazard.
anyway. Like even under those circumstances. That's
Yeah,
incredible. You want him doing cartwheels onto the set, somersaulting between fire hoops. You know
yeah,
what I mean? And he gotta
I
be in
think
step. Nah,
I
B.
think Diddy has forgotten that he makes Diddy money,
Mm-hmm.
and which is Diddy money is money that's made off of the backs of the people who signed to Bad Boy, in case you're looking for a definition. They don't make their money, Diddy makes their money. Okay, and I slide out of that. Um
He
so
takes that,
not
takes that, takes
everybody yeah, take that. Not everybody has the kind of money to just get a shot in their ass, so that they feel invincible. You know what I mean? Faith ain't making that kind of money.
it.
112 is definitely not making that kind of money.
Yeah. Diddy, you never wondered why you the only one that still look 30? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right. It's because you got 30-year-old blood inside of you because you're taking it from
Thank you.
somebody.
Because you're
Okay.
taking it from somebody.
Yo,
So,
it's not the same. The baby at Bad Boy was Jadakiss. He 47 today. Okay.
right?
Nobody's young no more. They can't be doing those moves. All right.
And he's for sure. Yeah, we definitely almost lost. I think it was Kim, right? There was like a
Yo,
platform that
yeah.
was moving, and they were like, get her. And they pulled her down.
Yo, it's too
My
old for that.
my roommate was behind me like, "Oh my god. Oh, holy shit." Like
I'm telling you,
it
yo,
was
when I saw the footage, I remember watching that documentary and being like, yo, I know Jadakiss is the young one. And like I
mhm.
swore he posted on Instagram that his son graduated college.
Yeah.
And they got these dudes doing what? Like Lil Kim is doing
Yeah.
nah. I ain't seen Lil
All
Kim in
these
10 years.
yeah,
You
all
know?
these people walking down all those stairs with
Yeah.
lights and no real light. Like you can't even
Nah.
mm-mm,
Those injuries
nah.
would have happened at the peak of their game to some of them. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And you want them doing it at 55? Nah, son. Uh-uh.
That's what I mean. Like that spectacle, that shit got to stop. I remember seeing Justin Timberlake on his Justified tour. I saw him on a couple of tours. It's an issue. But um and in the Crimea River, he sang the first verse standing on some high platform, and then just before going into the chorus, he swung down to the stage. And I was like, this could go sideways at any point.
Hey man.
At any point, Beyonce strapped to a thing going in an arm over the crowd, like all kinds of stuff.
Mm-mm. You guys bugging.
Mm-mm.
I applaud
This
the
is
showmanship, like sincerely, as an artist,
yeah,
as the
that's nice,
performer,
but
but
I also will see you in the basement
real talk,
just
B.
sitting there like it's okay
John Legend sit down the whole show.
the whole
The whole
time.
goddamn time. And I promise you that dude live longer than all of y'all doing that shit. That dude has his vegetables and he goes and sits his ass down. Y'all gonna come see me?
Mhm.
I'm gonna be at this bench for 3
Right.
hours. I might stand
I'll
up for
turn
one song.
around.
Yeah.
I'll turn around and face you, and then I'll turn back around to the piano.
Now me?
Shoot, James Blake, I've seen him quite a few times. And I only on this last time did I see him, like second to last time I see him, did he stand up
Telling you.
and get from behind all his keyboards and stand out in front of the stage and sing.
Yeah, hey yo. Ain't
I was
worth it
like,
no more,
yeah,
B.
I
Like,
know.
yo,
We throwing bottles out here. People throwing bottles out here. Stay behind the shit, man.
you know, now you got to dodge stuff on your own stage. So yeah, man, like,
Right. Yeah.
good luck to
So
these gentlemen
definitely.
with the TV screen, landing on them sincerely. Like, that's wild. I know you guys are trying to put on a show, but yeah, man, we got to be safe out here as artists and performers.
Yeah.
It's dope. I know the fans appreciate it, but they would appreciate it like 99% of the way there, and you could still be safe.
Hmm.
You know, it's cool. You know, I just
Yeah.
perform twice. Maybe do one more song instead, and keep.
Yeah. It's okay. I mean, there are ways, and certainly there were already monitors in that venue that people could have looked at,
Yeah, that's
or they
it.
could have mounted them in a different way. But but it messes with the stage vision, and I understand that. Just make sure that all them Teamsters and shit aren't over there going, that'll do.
Yo, for real, B.
No doubt, no, that'll do.
Yeah, B. None of
Yeah.
them dudes is in there. I worry about that every time the Dallas Cowboys play. Because of that,
What?
the Dallas Cowboys, they have the biggest like on field monitor of any sports team.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like if you look at a Cowboys game, which I don't expect you to, but if you look at
No.
one, the TV over the field at certain
Right.
angles looks bigger than the field. Like, it's nuts. It does not make sense. It is crazy that like people are just out there catching footballs with that shit on top. I worry about it every single time. I feel like it's gonna knock, like, yo, catastrophe took out the Giants and the Cowboys. They're like, oh, the whole team's gone because of
What,
with the TV.
has anyone ever hit that thing with the football?
The punters have been close.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
punters have they'll be the ones to like challenge it, but it hasn't happened yet.
Mm.
But it's enormous. It is insane. I and again, it's because they're prioritizing the experience, which I get. I appreciate
Mhm.
that as an audience member and as a performer. I appreciate having the extra tools. But man, like, yo, we putting people out there. Like, this shouldn't happen.
Well,
You shouldn't be doing like
yeah.
spin moves and worry about dodging TVs.
Right,
You know?
yeah. I mean, everything's bigger in Texas, so I get it. But that does seem like a lot, especially for the Cowboys.
Oh,
I mean, isn't that a bit I don't know much about football, which I'm sure you will fix once football season starts, and we gotta start covering all these people again, but
I've been great. I haven't mentioned one preseason article yet, Sha.
you haven't, and I know that there's some wild shit going on
Yo,
too.
they out there already.
We may have to. I think for our troops and correspondents, we may have to do uh, a a sports one because I think it's been a while since people have heard me be exasperated by all the sports shit that you bring me. So we may have to do an all sports episode, maybe a bonus episode that's all sports. Write that down too. I'm coming up with jewels, manifesting, baby. I'm coming up with jewels.
I'm jotting all of these down. In other news, Brooklyn Bishop robbed during sermon. That's right.
Oh,
A Brooklyn
this guy.
a Brooklyn preacher and his wife were robbed during his church service. The NYPD said that around 11:15 a.m. on a Sunday, inside the Leaders of Tomorrow International Ministry in Canarsie, Brooklyn. That's right. Bishop Lamar Whitehead was live streaming his sermon when three masked gunmen entered the church. He got down on the floor on his hands and knees before the robbers went through and grabbed the jewelry. The New York City Police Department says they stole $400,000 worth of jewelry from the pastor and his wife. They then took off from the scene in a white Mercedes Benz down Avenue D. The NYPD says the car had NY tags. Yo, they really got the whole tag. KMX 5464.
Oh
Yo,
wow. I guess keep your eyes peeled.
yo.
You'll
Wow.
probably definitely notice because it will certainly be the pastor driving his boys around in a car because this shit was rigged. This was fixed.
Oh yeah. While the cops initially pegged the cost of the jewelry at $400,000, sources now say The value is
Mm.
actually more than $1 million, Sha.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. You are not a bishop in Canarsie with $1 million around your neck. Please stop. Stop lying to me. Stop lying to the Lord. Tell the truth and stay in church, man.
Police haven't made any arrests in the case, nor will they. It In the Instagram video, Whitehead said he felt the demonic force enter the church and wasn't sure if the gunmen wanted to shoot the church up or if they were just coming for a robbery. When I see them come into the sanctuary with their guns, I told everybody to get out. Everybody just get out, Whitehead said. He said he was glad no one was hurt, but added that one gunman pointed a gun in his 8-month-old daughter's face. Whitehead once served 5 years in prison for identity theft and grand larceny. This is where he met the criminals. In his current life, he is now known for his opulent flashiness. He also claims to be a mentee for the one and only Mayor Eric Adams. That's right.
Eric Adams!
Oh, man.
Bro, what are you doing in this article? Stop being everywhere. This mixy ass mayor. Stop it.
Yo. What does these parties look like, B? Who shows up to these events, man?
Who?
It's too eclectic.
He doesn't
crazy.
throw parties. He doesn't throw parties. He goes to parties. You see what I mean?
Yo.
He don't want to be there with a trash bag picking up after everybody. He wants to go make an appearance, dance with a model on a stage next to A$AP Rocky, and then keep it moving. He don't want to. He got the next stop to go to.
Yo, Eric is different, man.
Anyway. Yeah, I don't.
What do you think happened here? You think it was a inside job? You think it was a setup? You think he's in on it?
I think it was a setup because someone might be pressing him for money. I mean, it's a church, so it's not like the IRS is. But there's someone who's probably pressing him for money, and he's like, "But I'm just a lowly bishop," and it's like, "Bruh, you have." Quote $1 million end quote dollars around your neck, and he's like, what are you talking about? And then he's like, okay, I got to take care of this. There's
he said it like Ace and paid in full. He's like, what, I'm broke, baby, while holding up all of his like chains.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't believe it. Also, that a gunman pointed a gun in his 8-month-old daughter's face, but not in the face of whoever was holding his 8-month-old daughter.
Oh.
Come on, bro. Just the baby's face? You're going to ignore the whole person behind the baby? Or was the baby by herself? Was the baby just chilling in the pew? There's a lot of negligence going on.
Oh, man.
Also, if you look at the video, which I've only seen a little bit of, and I didn't have the sound on because I didn't want to invest that much. There's one guy just sitting off to the side very calmly, even as they come in, and he's sitting there very calmly. And maybe he was spooked. Or maybe he didn't know that he was also on camera and he's just watching the plan play out. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, this again? Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, all right. So we went ahead with this way of doing it.
Yeah, we doing it. Oh, we did this last year too. This worked. Okay. I'm down
this
for this.
Is just so like a bit. There's so little finesse. You're a bishop. You work in the church. You lead a church. You should be able to like talk people out of their money better.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to win like support. I really think someone's probably like coming for you in a way, and you did this to curry some support in the neighborhood and to show that you got like anyone could get like, oh, I'm a bishop, and they still ran up in the house of the Lord. Like, get out of here. Get out of here, buddy. This just feels kind of cheap. You know what I mean? We got Creflo Dollar. We have Creflo Dollar. In the age of Creflo Dollar, you gonna come up here talking about people stole $1 million worth of jewelry off your ass. You wouldn't be able to move if you had $1 million worth of jewelry.
I feel like too many people watch movies and get inspired. This dude saw Ocean's 11 and he got hyped. He's like, yo, we could do that shit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Planned out some shitty thing on a napkin,
Yep.
and here
This
we
is
are.
so, yeah, this is wild.
I would,
This is wild.
in my heart of hearts, I really hope that somebody was like, yo, I'm gonna lose my house. I need $400,000.
Exactly. 400,000. Why don't I just steal from this
You know what I
pastor
mean?
who's
They
live
manifested it,
streaming?
Shad. They manifested it. They said, where
Nah,
can I
he's gonna
get,
manifest a lot of stuff. Oh, wait. Hold on. Let's see what's going on here.
you know?
He's too flashy. He says it's my prerogative to purchase what I want to purchase. If I worked hard for it, I can purchase what I want to purchase, he said in an Instagram video. Sure, I know that's prosperity religion,
Man,
right? Prosperity churches who are just like, you work hard for it, you can get whatever you want.
when
But first, I'm gonna need to take 10 off the top. I mean, for the Lord, I need 10 off the top.
for you to get what
Come
you want, you
on.
got to give me what I
Give
want.
me yeah, come on. I'm trying to buy a jet. Look, do you know how much fuel is for my jet? I'm Creflo Dollar.
It's about when your church has to quote Bobby Brown, is a problem, my
Yeah,
G.
it's not good. It's not good.
That just sounded like lyrics. It's my prerogative. I do what I need to do.
I can buy what I want to buy. It's my prerogative.
Yo.
Nope. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Oh man. Hey yo, shouts to Canarsie, whoever came up. You know what I mean? Enjoy that shit out there. Yo, real talk, B. I'm gonna be at all the carnival, all the festival joints this year. I'm gonna see if I guess there's gonna be like a new jerk chicken spot that's gonna be like a little too popping. You know what I mean?
And you think that's where the money's
That's
going?
where the money going.
That's where they're laundering the money.
Right there.
They're washing it through a jerk chicken spot.
Straight up. You're gonna see some spot in Brooklyn like, yo, why this festival leg thigh and rice and beans combo $4? Don't worry about it. We just trying to do receipts.
We're just
We just-
trying to do it.
We just
Just
need
pay
some
for it,
receipts.
man. Yeah.
Yo, respect right there, man. Keep it pushing. That white Benz is probably already stripped apart somewhere.
Oh, for sure.
In other news, airline passengers fined $1,800 for undeclared McMuffins. Holla, passenger who arrived in Australia with 2 eggs and a beef sausage McMuffin and a ham croissant in their backpack faces a fine of 2,664 AUDs of Australian dollars, fine of about 1,800 American dollars. The passenger arrived at Darwin Airport from Bali, Indonesia. They were cited for bringing undeclared meat into the country. That's right. A detective dog named Zinta tipped off Zinta's always a snitch. Tipped off agents to the backpack for further inspection. The Agriculture, Fisheries, and Forestries Department says the passenger was carrying a variety of risk items. That's right. The seized meats products will be tested for foot and mouth disease and then destroyed. You don't even get the McMuffin back.
No, I have a feeling that if he didn't eat it on the plane, he probably and they took it from him. Yeah, that's it for your McMuffin.
That's it. Minister for Agriculture, Fisheries, and Forestries, Murray Watt, said Cinta sniffed out the significant biosecurity breach. Yo, this is escalating as this article goes.
Yeah, Australia don't play. Australia is really hardcore.
Yo.
So they truly do not play about bringing in any meat, any fauna, any like don't bring any plant, don't bring a frog, don't bring nothing on.
Yo, this is
that came from somewhere else. Like Australia is kind of strict about that. They're strict about people who want to live there. Like there's a wait list. You got to really show that you need to be there for some reason. Otherwise they're like, we don't need you.
Yo.
They're extremely strict for an island of felons.
Yo,
An island
we
of
only want our
descendants of
criminals.
racist felons. Like, y'all are, yeah, y'all really stick to the rules, huh?
Only our criminals allowed. Okay,
Right. Yes, exactly.
keep your criminals away.
Um,
I love
but
because
also,
he dropped bars on this show. Like this how serious he is. He said this will be the most expensive Macca's meal this passengers ever has. This fine is twice the cost of the airfare to Bali. But I have no sympathy for people who choose to disobey Australia's strict biosecurity measures. And recent detections show you they will be caught. That's
I mean,
yo,
recent detections are just a dog named Zinta
yo,
sniffing out meat.
yo, but Cynthia got a picture in the article. Yo, Cynthia out here getting promoted. Like, yo, now I need the press, B. I need this for my press jacket. I'm trying to move up in these dog rankings.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
But not even like a finely tuned like instrument of, it's just like, do you smell? I smell a bird. What's that? What's that, ham? Hey, yo, there's ham over here. Can I get that ham? I don't know. Zinta still looks hungry to me.
Real talk. Cynthia going back to work right after this picture. Oh
Oh
my
my
goodness.
goodness.
Australia different. I ain't trying to sneak in shit over there. Okay.
Apparently they're trying to remain free of foot and mouth disease, which I guess is going around.
Yo.
What is foot and mouth disease?
It's getting through the McMuffins.
I mean, I guess it's through meat. Is this like mad cow disease? I'm looking this up now. Foot and mouth disease. Oh, I guess it's popping off right now in Bali.
Huh.
Hand, foot, and mouth disease. It's common in children under 5 years old, but anyone can get it. The illness is not very serious, but it is contagious. It can spread quickly at schools and daycare centers. Um, let's see. It's not the same as foot and mouth disease. Okay, so I'm looking at hand, foot, and mouth. And what the fuck is foot and mouth? Okay, foot and mouth is also called hoof and mouth disease, which affects cows, sheep, and pigs. Humans don't get foot and mouth, and animals don't get hand, foot, and mouth. Look here.
Yo, listen.
All right, maybe I do need to just start eating salad because this is all a lot. Maybe
Oh
I need to
man.
quit fucking around and just start eating some broccoli or something
Hey, I'm
because
with
this
it.
is a lot.
It's it, B. We don't all got centers around us. You know what I mean? Keeping it safe.
Yeah.
We gotta be smart out
Yeah.
here. You know what I mean? Shouts to Center. You know what I mean? Doing your job out there. Finally, Diane Warren apologizes
Oh, wow.
for seemingly shading Beyonce's use of co-writers. I meant no
Okay.
disrespect.
Okay, let me read this one. Let's see what's going on. Diane Warren wants the Beehive to know she meant no harm. After the Grammy winning songwriter took to Twitter on Monday to ask, how can there be 24 writers on the song, seemingly in reference to Beyonce's Renaissance track, Alien Superstar, several Queen Bee fans interpreted her post as shade and informed her about the album's prominent use of samples. This isn't meant as shade. I'm just curious, Warren, 65, who collaborated with Beyonce on 2011's I Was Here, wrote in one of a few follow-up tweets. Another one of which read, okay, it's probably samples that add up to the amount of writers. Someone asked her, another Twitter writer asked her, how you've been in the game for 80 years and don't know how samples work. And she responded, because I don't use them.
Yo.
Look, let me tell you something. You can say that wasn't shade all you want, but bitch, that was shade. You know you were shading because she's I saw another exchange where someone was like, someone did a screenshot of Diane Warren's like, I guess accomplishments on her Wikipedia page.
Yeah.
And was just like all these nominations, but you ain't win nothing because she's not been nominated for a lot of Grammys.
Okay.
And Diane Warren's just like, I mean, but I was nominated and I wrote all of those. And I'm like, okay, see, you in the mood to fight, you in the mood to spar, you doing this little bullshit thing where you saying shade, but then you want to back off, but now everybody's talking about you and all this stuff. The Dream, she had something, she in The Dream. Remember The Dream, everybody? What was The Dream? I love your chick or something. I love your girl.
I just know he plays piano.
Shoddy is a 10. She wrote Umbrella Ella Ella A,
Okay.
He always wore sunglasses, and to me it looks like he breathes out his mouth. No, no shade. But but so he tweeted at Diane Warren, you mean how does our parenthesis black culture have so many writers? Well, it started because we couldn't afford certain things starting out. So we started sampling and it became an art form, a major part of black culture, aka hip hop in America. Had that era not happened, who knows? You good? That's what The Dream said to Diane Warren.
Yo, shouts to the
And
Dream.
Diane Warren was like, I didn't mean that as an attack or as disrespect. I didn't know this. Thank you for making me aware of it. No need to be mean about it.
Mm.
Okay, so you started this shit and then he explained it to you and just ended with you good. And then you say, no need to be mean.
She
Ooh.
trying to be and the original tweet, how can there be 24 writers on the song? There's a side-eye emoji.
Yeah.
Like
you know what you're
you
doing.
know what you're
We
doing.
see the emoji. That's literally the shade emoji.
Yeah. You leave the emoji off, you got some like wiggle room if you want to pull this angle. But that
Yeah,
emoji,
but that
nah.
emoji, yeah, you gave the game away.
That's it. We knew where you was coming from.
We absolutely knew. And look, y'all do different things. You do these big, ridiculous ballads that get on movie soundtracks, and you had your, I mean, you're still working with folks, but you definitely had your time in the sun and blah, blah, blah. And I don't see how, as a songwriter, you don't understand sampling in this big day and age. Like in 2022, you
Yeah.
ain't never heard of nobody sampling shit. Get out of here. I bet you know when someone wants to sample a song you've written
Mm-hmm.
because you either say yay or nay. I bet you understand it then.
Straight up.
If one of your names was on the 24, I bet you get it then.
Basically.
Now you understand when you get a cut of the money, you understand that shit. So stop it. And then to pull the whole no need to be mean about it. Ah, Lord. That's so as a black woman, that's so triggering a bit to see this white woman pulling this. I you don't have to be mean about it to someone who's not being mean,
At all.
who's literally explaining.
Answering the question for you.
Yeah. And like answered the question thoroughly in a way that other people who were just like, how you don't understand what's happening, who's like, here is a quick thing of how it's happening. You good? You understand? Don't be mean. Shut the fuck up, Diane Warren. Shut up.
Hey,
Shut up.
you a clown. Okay.
Yeah.
Look
Yeah,
how successful
absolutely.
you been. You had a clown
Yeah,
moment this week.
that was some bullshit. Like it's not shade if you got to add an emoji.
Basically,
Like
that changed the whole
it's
thing
just
up.
like that changed the whole thing. Now that's shade. If you really wanted to know, you could just say it.
Yeah, if you really
Or
wanted to
just
know, you in the industry. You could have asked
you in
mad
the
people.
industry.
Mad people. I
Just
promise you, you've made songs that have been sampled.
mhm.
There's no way you've been making joints since the 80s. That's like prime sample years.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, I mean, 80s, 90s, I know you've been saying you got songs with Monica, you got
Yeah.
songs with
Yeah, come
Cher.
on.
You telling me none of them joints is sampled?
Yeah, get
Nah,
out of
B.
here.
You got Cindy
So,
Lauper? Nah, B. I know you've been sampled. So I know you know what it's like to be one of the 24. Fun
yeah,
people.
that's ridiculous. It's I mean, of all the things to talk about with regard to this Beyonce album, which I will not do for the sake of time. But um that was some bullshit.
Straight
That
up.
whole thing was some bullshit. And I didn't even know just the stuff that I read. I was just like, well, she's being ridiculous. But I didn't even know about this exchange with the Dream
Yeah.
and saying no need to be mean about it. I didn't realize that. So anyway, she's issued an apology and she's just like, okay, I meant no disrespect to Beyonce, who I've worked with and admired. I'm sorry for the misunderstanding.
Nah, you meant all of
Get
this.
out of here.
Look at that. If you would like
I uh-oh.
to sample any of these episodes in one of your hit songs,
Yeah.
Shy and I will give you no pushback. We want very little money, but as long as we getting checks.
Yes, but also, give us a heads up.
Yeah.
And that's a reference to Khalees. I don't even wanna go into it with that one, but just give us a heads up.
Shoot us an email.
That's all.
That's it. We check them out once a week.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah.
respond.
You all about this solidarity and shit, give us a heads up.
That's it.
Man, if anybody listening has watched those Khalees videos, I'm so sorry that I did that, but here we are.
If you're an Apple or Spotify listener, we appreciate the rating sincerely. 4 stars. You don't think Shy and I could be scratched into a cool chorus. Okay? You haven't heard our quotables. Okay? 5 stars, you see the vision. Okay? We gonna make a hit. Somebody like scratching and me asking, "What up, Shy?" And Shy doing like a That's gonna be dope.
Wow.
And that shit gonna be a hit. Okay?
All right. I feel a little attacked, but I'll let it continue.
What? That shit's dope. They gonna make that shit like a synthesizer instrument. They gonna have the It's gonna do different sounds. We manifesting hits now.
Okay. All right.
Putting it out into the universe.
Yep. That's what we're doing.
If you have any articles you want us to cover, please DM us directly on Twitter and Instagram at Silky Jumbo or at Gastor Almonte. Much love this week to Brandy Spain and Bishop for hooking us up with some articles. Much appreciated. With all that said, I am future chorus singing Gastor Almonte. Always with the future instrument and key memorable part of his songs. Shalewa Sharpe.
Yeah, let's give that a shot.
Hell yeah. This has been a manifestation of the War Report. Hell yeah. Catch y'all next time. Peace.